Hi all, welcome to my tutorial. So in this tutorial we'll focus on the float data type in Python. So we'll discuss about some of the important points regarding the float data type. Okay, so let's start. So if we write something like float data type, that means float is something that is not an integral values. It will always have some decimal precisions in it. Okay, so any number having dot decimal point, we call it as a float number in Python. Okay, so a 10.0, so if you print a, it will see 10.0. If you try, if we put the type of a, okay, type is a inbuilt function in Python that we can use to check the data type of any variable. Okay, so here we just try to find the data type of variable a. So if you see, it's showing the class float. So that means variable a belongs to the class float. So a is a variable of type data type float. Okay. So next thing we can see is and also if we write like this, suppose 100 or whatever 100 dot, we can after decimal point we can put any large number. Okay, but it will always take till 15 decimal point by default. Suppose I'm writing like this, if we print a, it will always take till 15 places after the decimal point. If you see 129 and then 126, so these are all, there are 15 digits here, so it will always take the, it will truncate to only 15 digits after the decimal point. And also if you see the type of a now, it again it's a float only. Okay, and more thing like the float data type cannot be represented in binary form or octal form or hexadecimal form. It will always have, it can always be represented in the decimal form. If you see x equal to, suppose I'm writing 0b, okay, like 10.10, it's saying invalid syntax. So if we are trying to define a float variable and saying that it's a binary number by putting b at prefix 0b at its prefix, so this is saying the invalid syntax. So the float value, float data type cannot be represented in the binary form. Similarly, if you try like this octal 0 o, suppose 77.10, it would again give an error, invalid syntax, because we are trying to represent float value in octal form. That is not allowed in Python. Okay, if you try z equal to 0, let's try one hexadecimal, then 12.45. So this is a hexadecimal number. We are trying to declare float value with the hexadecimal format, so that is not allowed in Python. So only thing that we can define is always the before decimal point and after decimal point, only integer we have to define. So only the decimal form it will take, not any other form. Okay, next the important thing about float variable is it can also be represented in the exponential form. Okay, exponential form. So suppose we writing a equals to 15 dot 5 e 10. So this is a float number and it can be represented in this way. So that means, what does it mean is 15 dot, it means that 15.5 e means just put into 10 to the power 10. So 10 to the power 10 means it's 10. Okay, so it's 10 to the power 10, it's 100, right? Sorry, that means 15 into 5 into 10 to the power 10. Okay, if you write like this, power 10. So let's say a equal to this. Okay, so if you verify the type of a now, it is still a float only. You see, so in this way also we can define a float variable in Python. And here in place of a small e, we can put capital E also. It is a valid number only. We can put capital E also. So suppose I'm putting 3. So and if you type of E, type of X, it is still a float variable. And if you put X, it's showing this. So this is the exponential form and this is the normal float form. Okay, and suppose if you write like this, x equal to 100.5 e 100, it's a big number, right? 10 to the power 100, so it will never convert to the float form. It will always give in the exponential form. If you type x, if you see, it is internally converting in the exponential form only, because this number is too large. 10 to the power 100, it's too big number. Okay, so suppose if I decrease the exponent value, so it's 5e, and then if I put 3 or 4 or 5, let's see. So now we'll see in the float type value. Okay, and also one important point here is the power value that we are putting. So e, after the value that we are putting after e, that should always be decimal number. We cannot put any other form there. So 10.5 or 4 e 5.5. So after e we cannot put any float number, it will give an error. See the invalid syntax. Okay, so always it should have the decimal number. So that's all about float variable in Python. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.